Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to Miss Sylvia's Kitchen. And today we are going to be focusing on fried chicken. Okay. Now you can go to my recipe book. I have in Miss Sylvia's soul food recipes. Okay. All right. And historical reflections. You will find my fried chicken in that in the book. Okay, so what we're going to do today, we're going to actually cut a chicken up. I do have a video that I put out about 3 or 4 years ago about how to cut up a fried chicken, a whole fried chicken. Okay, and we're going to actually cut it up today, and we're going to fry the chicken. Okay, so if you are with me, go ahead on and watch, and I'm going to show you about cutting up a chicken. Okay, because many people go out and they purchase chicken parts, which is fine. If that's what you want to do, hey boo, go do you, you know. However, if you have a family, like 3 or 4 children who like to eat, you know, those chicken parts is not going to be enough. Plus, it is very expensive. So what I did, so I went out and I purchased, and I always do this, and even if I get them fresh off the farm, I purchased a young chicken. Okay, so I got this from Kroger, and it is a Heritage Farm chicken. Okay, and it only cost me $5 for this chicken. Okay, so you can go and you can purchase this chicken. And if you look on the back of the chicken, it will tell you, because at USDA, when you are dealing with food, okay, the USD monitors food and what is in it. Okay, you can always look on the back of your package to find out what's in it. Okay, so the things that's in this chicken that I got, the ingredients are, it contains up to 15% chicken broth, carrageenan, and salt. Okay, so that's that. Now, it also tells you, if you don't know what the temperature should be when you're cooking chicken, it also tells you what the temperature should be on the inside of the chicken. And at this point, it should be at 185 degrees Fahrenheit. When you poke the chicken with your temperature gauge, it should be more than actually 185 degrees Fahrenheit. So you have a guide before you start cooking the chicken, how what the temperature should be and what's in the chicken. Okay, so we've done that. All right. So now what we have a a full-blown bird here. So I have a whole chicken. I have a whole chicken here, and so we are. It has the giblets in here. It has everything in here. Okay. This chicken can feed your family for a low cost. $5 is not a lot of money for a chicken. And there are so many stores that have it on sale. And you can get this chicken on sale pretty much at Kroger. If you're in East Texas, you can get it at Menards. You can get it anywhere. Chicken is not that expensive. And you also have those local farmers who have chickens. And they will cut those chickens up for you and pluck those feathers. Okay? So I got this at the store, okay? And eventually you'll see a video of me actually going to the farm where I am actually going to catch my own bird and I am going to pluck those feathers. Yes. Okay, so this is the chicken right here. Okay, so if you notice, these are some of the parts you visibly see that you already eat, which is your wing, and you have your leg. Okay, you have it on both sides, your wing and your leg. And I know this sounds so elementary to some people, but it is very educational to a lot of young people who do not cook and who do not know how to cook fried chicken. So, but inside the chicken, okay, so if you go in here and go inside, you have your neck of your chicken, okay? And I remember when I was a kid, people used to literally fight over the neck of the chicken, okay? I used to ask questions like, hey, who got the neck of the chicken, you know? So you have the neck of the chicken, okay? And then you have what? Okay, so in here, some of the giblets are not in this chicken here, but you also have the liver, you have the gizzards, and you have all that stuff, okay? And I eat every single bit of it. I am a whole chicken eater. I even eat the feet. When I was a kid growing up, we used to take chicken feet, and my grandfather made the best gravy with chicken feet. And some people don't eat chicken feet. So, you know, he made the best chicken gravy with chicken feet. So we have our chicken. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to cut up this chicken, okay? So I'm going to move my camera, but before I do that, I'm going to wash my hands. Now, what you also want to do, you want to make sure you have hot water over there, okay? Soapy water so you can keep your hands washed. You don't want to be touching everything with your hands because you had chicken juice on it, and that could possibly spread salmonella. So you don't want to do that. So I'm going to wash my hands, and I am going to dry my hands, okay? Okay. So glad you all could join me. Okay, so once I do that, let me tell you what you're going to need for your chicken, okay? So you need, like I stated before, you need your whole chicken, okay? You have your whole chicken. And then you're also going to need 2 cups of flour, and you're going to need maybe a quarter of a cup of yellow or white cornmeal, okay? You're going to need I use Louisiana seasoning. I can't tell you which one to use, but I use Louisiana seasoning. You're going to need to use, I use a black medium ground pepper. And you need, I also you need 3 teaspoons of dry mustard, okay? And you need also, I want to put, in this recipe, I'm going to actually put cayenne pepper in there, and I'm also going to put a roasted garlic, rosemary, and sea salt in there in my seasoning. Okay, so that's what you're going to need to actually season the chicken, okay? Then you're going to need at least 3 cups of canola oil, and some people actually use a Ziploc bag, or the old people use a paper sack. Okay, however, today I'm not going to use neither one of those. I am going to use a bowl, okay? So I put my ingredients in my bowl. So I have my flour in there, and so now I'm going to add this is my meal. I'm going to add my meal, okay? Then I'm going to add my mustard, okay? Dry mustard, that's what this is, okay? I add my dry mustard. I'm going to add my Louisiana seasoning, okay, right there. And I'm going to add my roasted garlic, rosemary, and sea salt, okay. And I am going to now add my pepper, okay. So I'm going to add my pepper, okay. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to stir all that together and make sure it's stirred really nice. And this is what I got right here, okay. This is what I have, okay. All right, so that right there is my batter that I use, okay? Now, some people actually, they use an egg and milk, and they use that batter, and they dip their chicken in that before they put it in here, okay? I do not do that, okay? So I think that just to save on cost, water is good enough to keep your chicken moist in order for your this to stick onto your chicken, okay? So I use water, okay? So we have that. So I have a really nice sharp knife here, okay? So let me see, I'm use this one here, okay? All right, so hold on. I had to sneeze, okay? So I use a really sharp knife, and I bought this knife. This is called an edge keeper, and when you pull the knife out, it actually sharpens it. See, you have a sharpener on it, okay? And this is from Farberware. They make this. It's a really good knife, okay? Now, sometimes people say this is a little bit too large. They like smaller knives, okay? But I use the big knife, Okay, so at this time, I'm going to cut the chicken up, and we're going to start with the legs, okay? So I'm going to raise this up so you can see it. I'm going to raise this up so you can see it. Here's a chicken, okay? And so I'm going to cut this right here. Okay, and I have one of my legs, okay? So I am going to kind of fix my camera where you can see it a little bit more, okay? So I'm going to raise this down this way, and let me fix this other one, okay? That way you can see it a lot better, okay? Okay, so you can see it a lot better. Okay, so I have my chicken, okay? So now we're going to cut the other one, okay? The other leg, okay? Here's my other leg, okay? That's what it looked like. Then we're going to cut the wing, okay? We're going to cut the wing. Okay, that's the wing. That's the wing. All right. Okay, so now we're going to actually cut the other wing. Okay, that's why you need a sharp knife. Okay. All right, you have your other wing. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we are going to actually cut the thighs. You have 2 thighs, 2 legs, and you have 2 wings. Okay. Just like you do on your body parts, you have 2 thighs, 2 wings, and 2 legs. Okay, so now what I want to do is, I'm doing it from the back. If you look in here, you can see where the joint ends down here. So I'm gonna do it from the back, and you're gonna see me cut through here and just bring it up. Well, that releases that. So I'm going to bring it this way, and I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to do it that way. So I have that. Now, some people pull the skin off of their chicken, okay? So I do not pull my skin off my chicken. I love my skin, okay? So I love my skin, so I do not pull the skin off the chicken, okay? So I leave it on there. Some of you all, you know, health crazy, and you can't, you know, you don't want to eat no fat and no skin. Okay, I eat the skin, all right? Okay, so that's your first thigh. And then we're going to turn around, and we're going to cut for the second thigh, okay? So you have here, up this way, all right, and you're going to cut the second thigh. I have it right here, okay? It has the skin on there. Now, this is the part where everybody kind of get confused, okay? This right here of your chicken, this is all breast. Okay, can you imagine how many chicken nuggets you can get from this one breast? Oh my goodness, you can. So this is all breast. And so what we're going to do, and this right here is the butt of the chicken. See, that is the butt. Oh yeah, that's what Papa Rooster come, you know. All right. Okay, so... Okay. Oh, I took it myself. Okay, that's the butt. Okay. So then you have the breast here, and then you have the back. This is the back of the chicken. Okay. So what I do here, I actually pierce this, and I just go up, and I cut that. Okay. Now this is where I can actually use my hands to break the chicken. Okay. To break the back away from the butt, and I just use my hand to do it like so. Okay, sometimes you may need the knife a little bit, but I do that. Okay, so this is a pretty large piece of chicken. Okay, you see that? It's a pretty large piece of chicken. This is the bottom part of the back of the chicken. Okay, so what I do, I break it, okay, in half, and I cut it down the middle. Okay, like that. So that gives me two pieces, okay? Now, only thing I have left is my breast, and I have my back. So what I do here, I cut here, okay, on the back. So there's a bone there. There's a wishbone there. You know, when we was kids, we used to always, look for the wishbone. Have y'all ever looked for the wishbone? And then when you find the wishbone, you and another person, whether it's your sibling or your cousin or somebody, one person grab the one end, and then one other person grab the other end, and they pull, and whoever get the longest end can make a wish. They call that the wishbone. And the wishbone is found right here in the chicken, okay? So there's the wishbone. It's so much fun. I mean, you know, just people being in the hairy all the time, you take the fun out of cooking, okay? So now, I've got that done. So what I do now, I grab this back right here. I just grab it and I break it up this way. That's what I do. I break it. And when I break it, I come up right here. This is what I have. This is the back. The back has multiple bones in it. And oh my God, this is my favorite piece of chicken. I love this piece of chicken. And if you get my chicken, we're going to have a problem. Okay? Because this is my favorite piece of chicken. So if you look at it, you see all the bones that's in the chicken. That is the back. Now, some people, they say, oh, this is too large. So you can actually cut this in half as well. However, I don't cut mine in half because this is all mine. I don't share this piece of chicken with anybody, and I will fight you for this piece of chicken. We're there, okay? So now, what we're going to do, I have the breast, okay? So, this is something that you can debone the breast and take all the bones out of it. And the breast is so large. You see how large this is? But it also have little pockets here. So, you put one finger down here, okay? You can actually pull this out like this here, like so. And look at here. Look at that. Look at all that meat, okay? That's nothing but breast, and you still have some left here, okay? You can do the same to the other side. You can just put finger down here, and you can break it apart. Looks like I don't tell you something you can't do, okay? So you break it apart. I'm going to cut it apart because I don't feel like struggling with it. And you also have another piece. So here it is. I have all this breast. Look at there, okay? You should not fry this like this, okay? So what I do, I detach all of this part of the breast from the bone, okay? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this off from the bone, okay? So I go in, I cut it off. Now this piece, I do take the skin off. I just don't like skin on my breast like that, okay? Some people do. And it's okay if you do. But for this video, I am going to take the skin off. But this is what I have. I have all this, okay? So I'm taking the skin off the breast, okay? Look at this big piece of breast. Look at that. Okay? This big, large piece of breast. Okay? That's what you have, okay? And so then, of course, I have this piece here, which is another large piece. And I didn't even take the pieces off of here, okay? I still have that. So I still can actually take my finger, go in here and separate this from the bone. You can actually debone this, okay? And you can just take it apart, okay? Very, 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 very simple, okay? No big deal, is it, right? Now, since the breast is so large, I'm going to set this to the side, okay? Because I don't want to use it today. Okay, so set that to the side. Okay. So, and now I keep a bag next to me when I'm cooking chicken. So if I want to throw anything away, it's next to me where I don't have to touch anything. I already have it open and I just discard it, okay? So now I want to get my cutting board, but I need to wash my hands, okay? So I'm going to wash my hands because it's salmonella, right? So I'm going to wash my hands, okay, with warm water, and then I'm going to get my cutting board. Okay. So I'm getting my cutting board because I want to cut my breast into pieces, okay? So I want to cut my breast into pieces, all right? So okay, here we go. Let's see here. Okay, now, so hopefully you can see this. I'm going to just cut it into strips, okay? Now, if you have small children, you can actually cut it into nuggets, okay? And you can actually get about 25 nuggets from, probably more than that, from one breast, okay? I'm just exaggerating. This depends on how you cut it, but if you cut it in a half-inch size, you can get at least 25, 30, 35 pieces of nuggets if you have small children, okay? And even adults like nuggets as well. So, but what I did, I cut my strips up. Here's my strips. Okay. Okay. And that's pretty thick. Okay. My strips. Okay. That's what I did there. I'm going to cut the other one up. So, I'm still having, okay. And we're going to count the number of pieces of chicken in just a minute to show you how much chicken that we actually have. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands because one of my cameras went off. And I am going to turn it back on. Okay. All right, so give me just 1 second, guys. I'm going to turn it back on. I have a battery problem here. Okay. Okay, so I'm back. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut this also. This is another breast, okay? I'm going to cut it in strips as well. I'm going to cut it here in strips, okay? And you can actually freeze some of this. You don't have to always cook the whole thing. You can freeze it for next time, but at least it already be taken care of, okay? So I cut this into small pieces here, okay? And I have those right there, okay? So then I have another piece here. I want to cut it into 2 pieces, 3 pieces, okay? And then I have my other pieces of breast, okay? Right here. Okay, so I want to cut it into 2 and cut this one into 2 pieces, okay? Now, okay. Now I'm going to count the number of breast pieces that we have because it's important for you to know that while you're spending all that money at McDonald's, I'm not telling you not to go, or at other places, okay? Then you can actually be buying a whole chicken and getting a lot more food. And I'm sure that your family will enjoy it a lot more, okay? It's easy to cook, quick to cook. It's not hard to cook. You have 1, 2, you can say it with me. 3, okay? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 strips of deboned chicken, and I haven't even touched the breast with the bones in it. So we haven't even counted that, okay? So now what we're going to do, we're going to actually count the rest of the chicken. So we've counted 17 pieces already, okay? So let's count the rest of the chicken that we've already cut. So you got 17 pieces there. You have your back, okay? That's 18, okay? You have half your butt. You have half your butt, okay? That's 19. The other half of your butt, okay, that's 20, okay? You have 21, that's the wing. 22, that's another wing. 23, that's a leg. 24, that's another leg. 25, that's a thigh. 26, that is another thigh, okay? And if you want to count the giblets, like a gizzard and all that stuff and everything, we can just go ahead and make it 28, okay? Along with the neck, okay? The neck is another part that everybody like. Would you agree? If you ever had a neck, I'm telling you, if you ever had this neck, oh my goodness, you will fight over this neck, okay? And most people do. So, here we go. We have 28 pieces of chicken from one bird, from one yard bird, from one chicken, whatever you want to call it. 28 pieces. Now, that is amazing, okay? So it only cost me $5. $5. That's it. So now what we're going to do, we want to, the way I do, I use water and I pour water over my chicken so it can stay moist so I can put it in my batter, okay? So let me wash my hands again. Okay. So I keep washing my hands so I can make sure I don't spread salmonella around, okay? So I want to add water to, okay, so I want to add water here so I can keep it moist, okay? So I added water, okay, so I keep it moist. Now, as I stated before, some people use an egg and milk. I don't use all that because guess what? That's money I don't have to spend. I don't have to spend money for eggs and milk. I can use those eggs for breakfast the next morning or for a cake or something like that. That's a waste of money to me. So I can use the same, you can have the same effect with your chicken with just putting water over it or chicken stock. Either way it goes, you can use chicken stock or water, okay? So I've done that. Now, I have my batter over here, okay? The next thing I want to do, I want to make sure that my oil is getting hot, okay? I always also keep a boiling hot water on the stove for my dishes so I can stay sanitized, okay? So I'm gonna turn my heat up on my cast iron skillet. And I am going to wait for my oil to get hot, okay? So while I'm doing that, let me wash my hands again, okay? And I am going to move one of the cameras so that you can see what I'm going to be doing over here at the stove, okay? All right. So let's move this camera here. If I had a photographer or somebody, I can get them to do it for me, okay? So we're gonna move this over here. You like my thing here? Oh yeah, I got it going on, okay? So we're gonna move this over here and we're going to cook this chicken, all right? We're going to cook this chicken, all right? So if you're looking, I am getting ready to put this in my cast iron skillet. If you notice, I always use cast iron skillets for everything, okay? So I'm gonna turn this way as well because I need for this camera to see me. So I have, okay, this is my batter, and I also have my chicken, okay? All right, so we have that. So actually, so we have that. So what I want to do now is when I want to check to see if my oil is hot. So what I want to do, I want to take a pinch, just a pinch of my batter, and I want to put it in there like that. Well, guess what? It's not sizzling, so it's not hot, okay? So if it does not sizzle, it is not hot. It is not ready for me to put my chicken in. Remember, your chicken has to be, the grease has to be hot in order for the chicken to cook thoroughly, okay? So you cannot have no warm grease, first of all, because your batter, okay, will come off the chicken. If the grease is not hot, the batter will come off the chicken, okay? So make sure that your oil is hot, okay? Now, I'm going to show you how to cook this chicken to make it moist and how to cook it where you're not burning it and cooking it too fast, okay? Because your larger parts of your chicken is what you want to cook first. You want to start with your legs and then your thighs, okay? So I'm going to put the legs in. I'm going to batter it, okay? Okay, I'm going to batter it. I'm going to press down, and this is what I got right here. So that's all I need. I just need make sure my grease, and I keep doing that to make sure that when it sizzles, then my oil is ready, okay? So since I'm waiting for that, I'll take another leg, and I'll put it in here, okay? And we turn it this way, okay? So, and then there it is, okay? So I got that, okay? Now the next part is my thighs. This is the thickest part. Those are parts that you want to cook first, okay? All right, because it does not take that long to cook your strips, okay? Your breast strips. It does not take that long to cook those, so you want to make sure you cook these bigger parts first. Your thighs, your legs, and your wings first. Then your back, and then your butt, and then the last thing you cook is going to be your chicken strips, okay? That's what you're going to do, okay? So All right, it's almost ready. And I'm going to do that one, and then I'm going to do another one, okay? So that way I can actually put these in there pretty much at the same time, okay? And once I do that, I'm going to wash my hands, then show you how you're supposed to turn over your chicken each time so that it can stay moist, okay? Okay, so I think that we're ready. All right. So let me show you what I'm doing. I'm also on my channel, and I'm sure my back is turned to that. So I might turn that one off. So it's ready, but I'm going to turn this other camera off. I'm going to end this one. Okay. End it. Okay. So I'm going to do this again. I'm going to show you. Okay. So look here. Watch this. All right. So it's sizzling and it is ready. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my thigh. Okay. Make sure I got my batter on there. And I am going to place it in my grease. Okay. All right. Then we're going to take this one and put it here. And take this one and put it here. Okay. And then right there. Okay. So there's 4 pieces there. Okay. And since I have a little room, I am going to go ahead on and add my neck. Okay. This neck take a little while to cook as well. All right. That neck in there. Yeah. Then I just get the excess off my hands there, and I use a fork, but I don't poke the chicken. Never, ever, ever poke your chicken. Okay. Never, ever, ever poke your chicken. All right. So now, once that is done and it browns really good on one side, then I turn over. Okay. So I leave it on this side for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then I talk to you. Okay. So like I said before, you can purchase 1 chicken. Okay. And you can have over 28 pieces of chicken for your family. You do not have to always go out to get a box of chicken from Popeyes, from wherever you get it from. Every once in a while, just fry a whole chicken and you will have leftovers for tomorrow, okay? With the leftovers, you can take and you can make smothered chicken in the gravy, or you can cut it up and make chicken salad, okay? There's so many things you can do with leftovers, okay? In my book, I talk about that in our home when I was a kid, there was no such thing as leftovers. Okay, there was no such thing as leftovers, okay? All right, so we have the fried chicken here, okay? Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually turn over each piece. Okay. All right. I'm going to turn each piece over. Like I said before, do not poke your chicken. No poking, okay? Now turn it over. Okay, each piece. Then I'm going to actually turn it, the fire down to medium. Okay, because right now what I want to happen, sometimes I actually cover the chicken up so they can, get done a lot faster. But you turn it on medium. And you turn on medium for about 10 to 15 minutes and let it cook, thoroughly. And then turn the fire back up and then let it cook for about another 2 to 3 minutes. Then turn it back over and let it finish cooking. Okay? That's how you do it. Okay, so now we have our nuggets. Okay, we have from 1 chicken. Okay, we have over 17 pieces of strips, chicken strips. Okay, that is awesome. Can you imagine how much money the chicken companies are making from just 1 chicken? Okay, they're making a lot of money. Okay, so now, okay, we still have that. Okay, so while that is cooking on medium for about 15 minutes, I would like to know, how is everybody doing? Is everybody okay? Hello, Billy. Mary, Sylvester, my brother. Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? Good to see you. So don't forget to, let me wash my hands, okay? Don't forget to pick up my book, okay? Still, East Texas Soul Food Recipes and Historical Reflections. So don't forget to get that, and this is what it looked like, okay? Now also, the volume 2 is out, okay? You can pre-order it online, and we will get that to you as well, okay? But this has some fantastic recipes. This chicken recipe that I am cooking today is actually in this book, okay? With the exception of the cayenne pepper. But there is another chicken recipe in volume 2 that you can use also, okay? So I have several chicken recipes, the ways you can fry your chicken, okay? But none of my recipe calls for milk or eggs. And the reason why is because I'm trying to teach people how to cook a decent meal at a low price, okay? Because times are hard. So you need to stop poking your chicken, Sandra. Yeah, stop poking that chicken. Hey, Leslie, how you doing, Soror? It's good to see you. Yeah, stop poking that chicken, Sandra. Yeah, don't poke that chicken. So when you poke your chicken, you're releasing the moisture that's on the inside, because most chicken that you buy in the store, as I stated before, on the back of your chicken, they actually they add a chicken broth in there, okay? So when you do that, you poke it, you're actually releasing that moisture, and it causes it to dry out, okay? So stop poking the chicken, Sandra. Okay, so this is some tips. I mean, it's not the best, and if you don't do that, hey, that's you. Okay, I am just trying to help those young people or older people or people middle aged, whoever you are, to teach you how to cook a chicken and how to buy a chicken and cut up a whole chicken and cook it instead of always going out. So I'm going to Popeyes. You make your own Popeyes. Add some cayenne pepper and you're done. Okay. So, all right. So let's look at our chicken. Okay. So it's over here. I have it on medium, and it's doing really well. Okay. It's on medium. Okay. You see how it's looking? Yeah. See it? Looks really good, doesn't it? And Sandra, that's the neck right there. I know you like that neck, okay? There's that neck is right there, okay? And these are your legs, okay? So you want to leave that in there. I have another 10 minutes to go on this side. And I'm going to turn my fire down just a little bit more and let it simmer a little bit like that, because I want it to be thoroughly cooked all the way through, okay? And it's going to be moist, okay? So that is my tutorial on how you fry your chicken, and I hope you guys was helped. I hope that you have an opportunity to purchase one of my books. If you go to my website, and you will find that on my Facebook page, and also if you just actually if you don't want to go to my Facebook page, you can actually find it in my book. And it's right here. I'm going to put it here. That is the website where you can go to, which is www.SylEastTexasSoulFood.com, and you can purchase your book, okay? You can do that, okay? It's also on my Facebook page. You can also find the QR code, and if you scan it, it will take you straight to my website, and you can actually see both of the volumes there. And the third volume and fourth volume will actually be out soon as well, okay? So you can find those things there, and there are great stories in there. As a matter of fact, I want to read you one of my stories, okay? So one of my stories that I actually put in the book, it's about kind of how like I grew up, okay? And I actually can read a poem to you. How about that? Let me read one of my poems, okay? Here's one, okay? So this poem is called A Lilac Dress, okay? So, old man John, a crooked white man, came by my house today, selling new clothes the old-fashioned Jim Crow way. tripling the price of a beautiful lilac dress for a little girl's grandfather to bless. It did not matter, nor there was no argument concerning the cost. It gave hope to a child who would otherwise be lost. He knew the price tag was extremely high, but one last gesture needed to be made because he knew one day he was going to die. So he raised his brow and he took a strong stance just to give his granddaughter a reason to dance. Dance, Big Six, in that beautiful lilac dress. Dance until everybody is impressed. Dance until you see a smile on all the children's faces. Dance until you find yourself in the right place. Dance while you cook and dance while you sleep. Keep dancing any day of the week. Remember that your ancestors, they're dancing too, because their precious secrets were handed down to you. I would never forget that lilac dress. It appreciated in value nonetheless. Old man John thought he was being slick, but in the end, that lilac dress made all of us rich. That is one of my poems in my book. So this book is not only just a recipe book, it's actually a historical reflection, and it has a lot of data in here about history, and it has a lot in here about where I came from, actually. But there's poems in here, there's funny things in here. I mean, it's really got a lot of humor to it. It's kind of like one of my stage productions. I add a lot of humor in it, and it's a really great cookbook. It's different. It's something you've never seen. So let's look at our chicken. Okay. So right now, I'm going to turn my fire back up on my chicken, okay? Now I've turned the fire back up, and this is what it looked like, okay? Okay, Sandra, don't poke the chicken, okay? So I'm going to turn this piece over, okay? You see that? All right. You see that? Okay, this is better than Popeyes any day, okay? I'm going to turn that one over. I'm going to turn this one over, okay? That's what it looked like. So I am going to let that stay in. Hey, cuz yeah. So I am going to, let me see. Let me bring some of y'all on camera. Yeah. So I really appreciate you guys watching on today. And we're going to be finished cooking this chicken here in a minute because I need to show you how you cook your breast. And it never fails. Whenever I go to someone's home and they cook breast, it's like, oh my God, it'd be so dry, it don't take that long to cook breast at all. It's kind of like tilapia. It don't take long at all for it to get done. Okay, that's why you cook it last. You don't cook it first, you cook it last, okay? But it doesn't take that long to cook your breast. And plus, if you cook it too fast and you cook it too long, it is so dry. It's like a piece of beef jerky, and you don't want that, okay? All right, so I have my chicken. Do not poke the chicken, okay? Do not poke the chicken, okay? You don't have to poke the chicken. So, Leslie, how are you doing? I haven't talked to you in a while. So how's everything going? You still beautiful as ever. I know that. You're a pretty lady. Okay. So how are you doing, Linda? What's up? How are you doing? I tried to bring you on camera. You declined. Okay. Very good, Leslie. I've been watching you. You are just your kids are growing up and everything. Oh, you're watching me, Linda? Well, it's really good that you all guys are here with me. I really appreciate the support. Um, I have had an overwhelming response to my new cookbook, and it's been really good. And so I am just super excited about it. And so Yeah, you do need my book, girl. Mm-mm. And so it really is a great cookbook. The second one, the second one is just as good, Leslie. The third one and fourth one, and my books are a progression from back when to, because my last book has an up-to-date photos, which it shows progression. Okay, with African American people, how we progress from one era into a next. Okay, so it really is a great, great, great book. And I'm super excited about putting it out. And I did not even think that it would even go this far. It was like, oh my God, I'm having so much success and people are really loving it. And I'm really grateful. And I've learned some things from my first one, but I just want to say don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't ever get tired of trying. Whenever giving up, Leslie, is the easiest thing that you can do in the whole wide world, but you have to persevere and you have to be resilient. And is it easy? Oh, hell no. It's not easy, okay? But stay resilient, practice resiliency in your life, okay? So you have to keep going. You have to just keep going no matter what. Okay? So you say you are amazing. Thank you so much, Liz. I really appreciate that. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm gonna be transparent. It's been hard sometimes. And sometimes you're gonna cry, and sometimes you're gonna be disappointed in people. Sometimes you're gonna raise a fuss. Sometimes you're just gonna give up. And you know what? It happens. But the thing is, if you fall, just get back up, dust yourself off, and try it again. I don't care if you tried 100,000 times. Thomas Edison tried it 2,000 times, and now we have light. Okay? Don't ever give up on your dreams. If that's your dream, figure out a way. If you failed the last time, say, okay, what do I need to do differently this time to make it work? Okay? So that's the question you have to ask yourself. What can I do different? Can I accept constructive criticism from people who love me? Okay? And it's hard to find people that will give you constructive criticism without being, you know, how some people are. They're not giving you constructive criticism. They're actually just being critical, and you don't want that. So you have to find somebody who's going to be transparent with you, who's going to be honest with you. Is it hard starting your own business and being sustainable? You're absolutely right, it is. It's very challenging. You're going to have disappointments. You're going to have that. But guess what? At the end of the day, it works out. It actually works out. It works out. Okay. So we have the chicken. Okay. So now you see here, you can tell that it's cooked thoroughly through. If you look at it, it's actually boiling. I mean, it's actually, you see the bubbles coming through here? Look here how it's bubbling up right here, okay? It's kind of letting you know that the chicken is actually done, okay? So my chicken, that part, is done, okay? So what I'm going to do now is take the chicken out. Again, do not poke the chicken. If you have, okay, you need these to take your chicken out, okay? So you want to take it out one by one. Right now, I know that, first of all, this is my neck. That's the neck, and I know that it's done. Look at it. See? That's my neck. I'm going to put it over here on the strainer, okay? Now, this is my leg here. So I kind of want my legs to get a little bit browner on the other side. Even though I know that it's done, I'm going to turn it over, okay? And let it cook a little while longer. Do you see how this chicken is floating? Okay, you see how it's floating in there? That kind of indication to me also that my chicken is done. Okay, you see that? I'm going to put it over here on my strainer. Okay, now these are your large pieces. Okay, we're going to put them on our strainer. Okay, I'm going to let them stay in for a couple more minutes because it takes a little bit longer for legs to cook. So I want to make sure that they're absolutely done. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is add my other pieces of my chicken. Okay, so I have my back of my chicken. I'm going to add it to my batter. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so there's my back. Okay, this is my piece of chicken. This is my chicken right here. I'm going to add it to my batter. Okay. Okay. Remember, I use water to keep my chicken moist. Okay. I'm going to add it to my chicken. So what I want to do now is add this piece to my grease. Okay. And look at there. Okay. So now I am going to take out my legs. Okay. And set them on. Remember, if you want to check the temperature of your chicken, you can check it, but it needs to be at least 185 degrees Fahrenheit or above in order for it to be done on the inside, okay? And also, I have my wings here. So I make sure they're moist in my water, and I put it in my batter, okay? Here. And I'll put it in here, okay? I'll do my other wing the same way. Okay, and I place it in here. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead on and do my butt. Have my butt. Oh my goodness, it's kind of, I don't like really saying it on camera, but that's what it is. It's a butt, that's what it is. Okay, and I'm gonna make sure that's moist. I'm gonna do my other butt. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do. That's the other butt, and believe it or not, and that butt is good. Okay. All right, so I got all that in there. I'm going to do that there. I got it in, okay? So I'm going to wash my hands and get all that gooey stuff off my fingers, okay? So, hey, Emmanuel. Oh, my goodness, how you doing? I see you. I see you. I see you. You're doing fantastic things over there in Fort Worth, Texas. Love it. Yeah. So I am super excited. Hey, Emmanuel, you want to come on camera with me? Left cheek, right cheek. That's right, Leslie. The left cheek and the right cheek of the chicken, okay? So, yeah, and I call it the butt. That's what it is. So I actually, like we did before, okay, I I let it cook a little bit on one side, okay, for about 2, 3, maybe 5 minutes. Then I turn it over. Okay, when I turn it over, I turn my fire on medium heat, okay? And that way it can cook thoroughly all the way through, okay? So we're waiting right now for it to brown on one side, and while it's doing that, I am going to kind of clean my kitchen, okay? Now, for all you young people, okay, and older people, we have some, Leslie, girl, we have people who are just as old as we are, and they don't even clean their kitchen while they're cooking. You need to keep your kitchen clean while you are cooking, okay? Always keep your kitchen clean. And that way, nothing, you won't have anything to do once you're done. You keep it clean. Keep your nice hot soapy water, okay? And you keep it clean, okay? So I always keep hot water around, okay? So that I can make sure that I can have good hot water for cleaning my dishes, okay? Yep, I'll keep hot water around. Especially if I'm going to be cooking like some gravy, which we are going to be doing gravy tonight. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to tune back in. I'm going to check out and get ready for it. And I'm going to tune back in and teach you how to make homemade gravy, okay? Because we're having chicken, fried chicken, and just rice and gravy with some green beans tonight, okay? Hey, Emmanuel. Thank you, Emmanuel, very much. I appreciate that, okay? So that's what we're going to have, okay? So I finished that part, and this is a pan that my chicken was in, okay? I want to make sure that my sink is clear of anything because I don't want to wash this pan in with anything else. I want to wash it by itself. Why? The chicken was in there, and we don't want to get that juice on anything else because it could give you salmonella, okay? So you want to make sure that you wash this. And I use a separate piece of paper towel, okay, to do that. I don't clean it with my dish towel because my dish towel can be used for other dishes, okay? If I do that, I'm going to be spreading salmonella around. Okay, you don't want that. All right. Once I finish cleaning that, of course, I will dry this dish. And I don't think some people know what drying your dishes means, but I will dry my dish and I will put it up. Okay. Now, people say, "Well, Sylvia, why are you saying all that stuff?" If older people, okay, if we start back teaching our young people how to do cook, clean, do just little bitty things around the house, I'm telling you something. We have our children turn out a lot better. Okay, so we have to teach them this, and it's really sad because a lot of girls, even women, older women, just they can't do anything in the kitchen. And I'm not saying that you have to be, oh, you got to be a slave in the kitchen. No, you don't. Okay? You have to enjoy what you do. I enjoy cooking. I think it's a great thing. It does not take anything from me. You know, I'm still who I am. I'm still Sylvia Chess in the kitchen. Okay? I'm Sylvia Chess other places. It does not take away from me. Okay? I am who I am. So just because I'm teaching you how to cook in the kitchen doesn't mean, oh, poor me, and my back, I got to cook some chicken and everything for my homeboy, and I'm just sick and tired of it. No, you don't have to do that. Okay? It can be enjoyable. Okay? You can enjoy cooking. You don't have to make it a slave job because it's not. We should be proud of what we brought to this America. We brought so much here with us in our cooking skills. We put Southern, we put Southern hospitality in the South. We put hospitality in that name. Why? Because we cooked. We had chefs back then. We had people who enjoyed making new meals and everything else. So why are you saying that? Oh, that's all a man wants me for is to cook in the kitchen. Well, you know, there's nothing wrong with cooking in the kitchen. You know, it's enjoyable creating things, doing great things. So I am going to go back over here to my chicken. So I'm gonna turn my fire down too low, and we're going to turn the chicken over. Remember, we're not going to poke the chicken. And as Leslie says, I'm gonna turn my left cheek over. I'm gonna turn my wings over. I'm gonna turn my right cheek over, my other wing over. Okay, but I'm not gonna poke my chicken. I'm gonna turn my back over, which have all the bones in there. Okay, I'm gonna do that. How about that? Now, I turn my fire down. Okay, so we can kind of simmer on medium for a minute. And since these pieces are not as large as my legs and my thighs, okay, then I'm not going to have them in here as long. Okay, so let's get back to cooking. So don't ever be ashamed of saying, hey, I enjoy cooking. Cooking is a great thing, okay? I remember that I had a restaurant and I really enjoyed what I did. My grandfather taught me so many recipes. He did so much. He taught me so much, and I cherish those recipes, okay? And Leslie, you know what? Leslie and Emmanuel, um, what prompted me to go ahead on and do a book was my darling sons, both of them, okay? One of them sent me a card in the mail, and he's telling me how great I am. He said, Mama, I love you. You're great. You're wonderful. You're fantastic. He said, however, you need to finish your cookbook. And he sent me a cookbook, a simple cookbook, to kind of encourage me to finish my cookbook. And then the same day, these boys didn't even talk to each other. The same day, my other son called me and said, Mama, you can do it. He said, I believe in you, Mama. You can do this. And I was so encouraged that I actually wrote that cookbook in 3 days. Okay. It was not edited, but it was in 3 days. Hey, Connie. What's going on, Connie? How are you? Great. Man, I have not talked to you guys in a long time. Yeah, classmates. Yes, indeed. Okay, so we have the chicken going. Oh, you see that? Yeah. Look at there. Okay. Look at that wing. Some people just love wings. Okay. Looks good, don't it? Okay. So while all that is getting ready, I'm going to prep for making my gravy. Okay. So hey, beautiful, cook that chicken. That's right, Miss Elma, girl. Hey, honey. Oh yeah, she is so beautiful. I used to watch her show. Miss Elma has a talk show that is unbelievable. Oh my God, she has some of the greatest people on there. So if those of you all who are watching, okay, Miss Elma Kirkwood, she have a talk show twice a week, I think, and she has some great people on there, okay, with great stories. So you need to check her out, okay? So I'm good. Why do you have two sets of glasses? Oh, girl, I don't know. I saw that, but people like me that are blind, we have glasses all over the house, okay? So I have glasses everywhere because I always loses my glasses, and that I can attest for a lot of people. They lose their glasses. So I have my prescription glasses, and then I have all these readers around the house because I always lose my glasses. Okay, do you lose your glasses, um, Connie? Huh? Now you see I'm sweating, right? You know how people used to say I've been slaving on that hot stove in the kitchen. So it's Talk a Light Talk Show with Elma Facebook and YouTube Mondays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. So make sure you all guys tune in. It's Talk of Light Talk Show with Elma Facebook and YouTube Mondays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. So tune in to her because I'm telling you, she has some great topics, and some of you guys need to hear what she has to say. You need to hear what some of these testimonies are, and it may help you in your everyday life. Okay? So thank you, Elma, for that. Yes, we do. Okay, yeah. Yes, I have a pair at work in the car about 10. Yeah, 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 Leslie, I'm telling you, I have glasses everywhere. It's like I have, and then when I can't find one, I will go back to the store, of course, the dollar store, the Dollar General, or either, you know, somewhere where I get them for $1, and I will buy 10 more. So it's like, man, oh my God, it's hard to keep up with glasses. So let's look at the chicken. And so we have here, and you have here. Remember, do not poke your chicken, okay? So you have your chicken, okay? So we turn it over. So we turn it over one more time now, and I'm gonna turn my fire on high, okay? And turn it over, okay? And turn this piece over. That's my wings, okay? I'm gonna turn this one over. Do not poke your chicken, okay? That's my left cheek, Leslie. Okay, now I'm turning my, and the reason why the bag is so large, I did not cut it in half because, honey, that's my piece of chicken. How many of you all like the back and the neck and the gizzards and the liver? I mean, some people say, oh, yuck, I don't eat that stuff. But, honey, you will have a problem on your hand at the house if you took somebody's neck. Isn't that right, Connie? Connie, you know what I'm talking about because you're from East Texas, okay? So you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know that if you take the neck or the back, okay, or the gizzard or the lizard, you was in trouble, okay? That's what I'm talking about. That's right, Connie. My cookbook is ready, Connie. As a matter of fact, I only have actually a few left, okay? And this is it right here. It's actually ready, okay? And we also have volume 2 that's ready, okay? Um, so you have, that's volume 2, okay? So you said they ain't, no. Okay, so what do you mean by they ain't country, right? What do you mean by that, Connie? I don't understand that question. Is that a question or is that a comment? I don't know, okay? Tell me what you mean about that, okay? Yes, we have our cast iron skillets, and that's what I cook in. I have lots of cast iron skillets, and that's what I use to cook with. And I know that something funny happened the other day. I was at the store, and the lady was
selling all these skillets from Germany or somewhere, that was made of titanium and all this other stuff. And something she said to me, she said, you don't even need grease for oil for these skillets and stuff. I said, you know what? You lost me right there, because see, you know what? I use a lot of oil. So make sure that if you selling skillets and stuff, don't tell me that you don't have to use oil and you no. Don't want that. So we have our chicken. Okay. And we're gonna take this out. Okay, we're gonna place this over here. Okay. This is the wing. I'm gonna place it here. Okay. This is the back. Okay. And this is your left cheek, Leslie, and your right cheek. Okay. So now we're going to prepare to cook your nuggets. Okay. Connie, I'm telling you, we eat every part of the chicken. The feet, the neck, the everything. We don't throw away nothing. So when you start meeting people like, oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that. But when you're country, baby, if you don't eat every part of the chicken, then you're not hungry then. You know how your kids say, I don't want that. I'm not going to eat that. Well, let them just sit there for a minute. I promise you, if you're hungry, you eat a whole lot of nails. So we don't do that. You're going to eat while I cook, okay? So if you want to starve, go ahead and starve. Get a job, go buy your own food. That's the way I feel about it. So right now we're going to do our nuggets. Remember, we have over 16 pieces here. So what I'm going to do, I have a bowl here. I'm going to put these nuggets in this bowl, okay? I want to hurry up because I know I'm going to do that, okay? Take my bowl, okay? And before I'm going to do this here. I'm going to add water, okay? Okay. So I want to put them in water, okay? And then now I have them in water. I do not use, and remember, you don't want to cook your nuggets too long, okay? So I have my batter, and I'm just going to take them, a bunch of them here, and just drop them in my batter, okay? Okay, just do it like so, and just twirl it around here. Get them all nice and just in there. Okay, you have and so you have these are your nuggets. And like I said before, it don't take long to cook your nuggets, okay? Okay, they cook really, really fast, okay? Do not take long to cook your nuggets, okay? There we go. And those are your nuggets, okay? Now, it don't take long to cook them. Remember, it don't take long to cook them. And you don't want to poke them because you don't want them to be dry, okay? So Connie said, they ain't like me, child. Country, we eat every part of the chicken. That's right. Hello, Miss Carita. How are you doing, darling? We're cooking chicken today, okay? So when you eat every part of the chicken, you will never go hungry. So let's make sure. Remember, when you're cooking your breast, okay, you don't need to poke the chicken, and you don't need to have the fire on high because you will burn the chicken and it will dry out, okay? So make sure you remember that, okay? So we're going to actually turn the chicken over, the nuggets over, so that it can cook on the other side after 2 or 3 minutes, okay? Like I said before, you don't want to cook them too long because you will dry them out, okay? Now, one of the things I always use, Louisiana salt is my go-to. You can choose whatever you want to, but when I cook my chicken and wants to come out of the pan, I would sprinkle a small amount of that Louisiana seasoning on my chicken, okay? That makes it really good, okay? Okay, so we got that done. Now, we're back over here. If you look here, when I was telling you earlier that you don't have to um, leave this in here that long, you don't. And this is your breast of your chicken, okay? Remember, we got 18 pieces out of one breast in the chicken. That's a lot of chicken, okay? So if you want to feed a lot of people, you have a low budget. See there? You see how fast that cooks? And so I'm turning this over real quick. And so what I want to do now is turn my fire down because I don't want this to cook too fast. Okay, I do want it to be done. Okay, if you notice here, it's cooking, and it don't take that long to cook these nuggets. And look how large this one nugget is. Okay, so I'm gonna turn my fire down and let it kind of simmer a little bit so that it can stay moist. Okay, all right. So I was saying that, Connie, you was asking me about my book and everything. Yes, it is out. Like I said before, the other one is as well. Okay, we have two. Okay, as a matter of fact, I have the posters up here. If you see one right here, this is the East Texas Soul Food Recipes and Soul Reflection, the Church Cookout. Okay, and then of course we have the other one. Okay, here, which is the East Texas Soul Food Recipes and Historical Reflection Volume 1. Okay, so we have two volumes already out, and you can go online, you can purchase them there. And I also, I like a movie star or something, I actually autograph them and write you a note. Okay, so I personalize it for you. So far, I have really been getting a lot of great reviews on the cookbook. Okay, and people are really excited, and I'm excited myself. So I hope that if anybody purchases my book, that they really enjoy it. And I'm excited about sharing that part of me with the world. And I say the world because a lot of times, Connie, when you have a dream, sometimes our dream only takes us to the place that we live. You understand? But if you have a dream, you can dream big enough where your dream can take you around the world. And if somebody call you crazy or stupid, let them do it. If you have a dream, go for it. I'm a person like this, okay? I don't have the fear of failure. I have no problem with failing. It's okay. As long as I get back up and try it again, and then I fall down, then I get back up and I try it again. Then I fall down, I cry, I weep, I moan, I'm scarred up, and I get back up and I try again. I don't stop trying. And does it get hard? And sometimes I don't feel like trying. Some days I lay in my bed and I get a little depressed or whatever. It happens to the best of us. Don't let nobody fool you. So I'm not a rich woman, okay? I don't claim to be, but I am rich in my heart. I am rich in my mind. I have peace in everything. So I am so excited about what is transpiring in my life at this time, okay? I enjoy my family, my husband, and everybody. I am truly blessed. So don't you ever get tired of trying, okay? Keep trying. Don't give up. If people call you crazy, let them call you crazy, okay? That means that you need to re-identify who you call friend. Because if people that don't support your ideas or don't say, hey, or give you some constructive criticism about what you're thinking you want to do or help guide you, then you have to rethink your identity with that individual because they will never be happy for you. Okay? And so when you start getting to the point where you start living your own life and not living the life of what other people want you to live, you're going to find yourself by yourself. And only the people that really believe in you and love you is going to be there to support you and be there for you. So we have to make sure that our legacy is told. Connie, if you remember those things about your childhood, if you remember the things that would happen when we was in the country and living that country life and eating chicken and yard birds and everything else, hey, write about it. Tell your children. We've got to hand down these stories from one generation to the next. And in my book, we have some of those stories. Okay, you can identify with what I'm talking about in those stories, and you have poetry. As a matter of fact, I read some poetry earlier to everybody. Hey, Sasha. Okay, I read some poetry earlier, and one of the pieces of poetry is in the book. Where I have poetry in here, I have stories in here. I also have historical data that's in the book, and so I read some poetry to them, and it was about pigs. It was about things that was given to us when we were actually in bondage, and so I say, okay, one of the poems says this. Okay, here we go. Okay, it says, give us pigskins and we'll make crackling and lard for frying. You give us chicken feet and we'll smother them in gravy. Give us chicken feathers and we'll grind them for healing wounds. You give us pig intestines and we'll make them seasoned chitlins. Give us pig's feet and we will burn the hair off and boil them until they're tender. Give us cornmeal and we will make hot water cornbread. Give us fat back and we will put them in natural greens for flavoring. Give us cow poop and we will make cow chip tea. Okay? Give us Kroger sacks and we will make stylish pants. Give us hard labor, sun up and sundown, and we will sing the blues. Give us scraps and we will live and we will not die. Give us scraps and we will gain enough strength to break free. Even when you give us scraps, we will break the taskmaster unconsciousness, and you give us scraps and we will rise together in victory. Okay, some of those poems are in my book. Okay, so let's go back to our chicken. Okay, so right here I have my chicken. So I turned the fire down because I didn't want to cook my breast too fast. Okay, you see here, okay, it don't take long for them to cook. So now I just turn my fire back up and let them stay in there for about another 2 minutes with the fire up, and then I'm going to take them out. Okay, so that is my tutorial on how you cook, how you cut up and select and fry a chicken in the cast iron skillet. And I am hoping that you guys learned something today. Okay, some people who actually cook, they do not show as much as I did, and I did it for a reason. Okay, so if you need to know what to do, so I only have $10 and I gotta feed my children. Go to the store, buy you a whole chicken. Okay, get you a couple cans of green beans. Okay, get you some rice. You can buy rice, green beans, chicken with $10. As a matter of fact, about $8. Okay, and you will get at least 28 pieces out of that chicken. So you can feed your whole family. So, and that is the reason why I made this post today, because I think that we need to start doing that. So when I see some of my classmates on Facebook and other social media outlets doing the same exact thing, I'm excited because we are handing down something from one generation to the next, and we need to do that. Okay, so I really enjoyed everybody, Connie and Sasha and Karita, everybody that was online today. I really appreciate that. Miss Elma and Emmanuel, everybody. I can't think of everybody. I can't see the names. I'm sorry. But I really want to thank everybody who came on today. Okay, who else was on there? Leslie and Rosalind. Let's see, Elma, Connie. Yeah. Who else? Linda, Sandra, Mary, Sylvester, Kevin, Trina, Byron, Brittany, Cynthia. Okay, I want to thank everybody for actually supporting me and actually being on this live channel. Remember, don't forget to get sales. Okay. Okay, and also we have volume 2. Don't forget to get volume 2. Okay, and this right here is the church cookout. Now, I know that y'all remember the church cookout, okay? Everybody remember the church cookout. We call it homecoming, okay? And everybody was bringing their favorite dish. They was just walking up there, bringing their favorite dish. You can see the head rags and those old ladies bringing their stuff, you know? And so, yeah, it's called the church cookout. So you're going to be seeing a whole lot of stuff in that book concerning the church cookout, okay? And there's a reason why I call it cookout and not picnic, okay? So if you want to, go to that website and you will see the church cookout, okay? So let me take this out right quick and show you the finished product of the breast, okay? So this is literally one piece right here, okay? Look at there. Look at this. One piece of breast, okay? Okay? That's what that is. And, you know, oops, I dropped that. Okay? And so these are your breast pieces. It don't take that long to cook them. Okay? I'm taking them out. Yes, they look like. These are just nuggets that you buy at any store, anywhere. And even if you don't eat them all, you can put them in a Ziploc bag so it can stay moist. And you can actually make a salad. I mean, you can make a chicken salad. You can top them off on your salad. You can do that, okay? And so that's it. So I really appreciate you guys being here with me, and we will see you all later. And I hope you have a great, 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 great evening, okay? Bye-bye. The next video is gravy, teaching you how to make gravy, okay? All right, so I'm gonna finish this.